So when it comes to the projects this month, they're not laid out as project 1, project 2, project 3. It's laid out a little bit differently. So my goal is to get you stamping. So we are going to start by practicing with the pennies, okay? So the pennies are a little bit harder than some of the other materials that we're going to be using. So you may have to put a little bit more force behind the hammer when we're working with pennies than when we're working with some of the other blanks that are made from aluminum. That's totally okay though, you got this. My theory is that if you can stamp a penny, then you'll have no problem stamping any of the other blanks that are included in this kit. This is my stamping bench block. So I'm gonna put that right into the center. If you're on a surface and it's super slippery, you could use like shelf liner, a little piece of shelf liner underneath this to keep it from sliding around. I have a penny. I'm gonna put my penny onto my block. I'm gonna take my masking tape and I'm gonna put a piece at the top of the penny. And I always make my tape a little bit longer so that I can actually tape it down to my surface. That way it'll also help hold my bench block in place. Now we want to leave the center open because that's where we're going to stamp. But we can add some tape to the bottom as well. And again, let that tape hang over and attach it to the bench block. So now I'm going to grab my stamps. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the letters out for the word love, because I believe that is what I have in your instructions. And the L. I almost grabbed the 7, y'all. So these sets have the alphabet as well as the numbers in them. So it's a pretty cool set to start with. Has A to Z and 0 through 9. So there's a lot you can do with that. Okay. So we're gonna just do free form right now, which means that we're not going to worry about placement or how it's lined up or anything like that, because we're just trying to get a feel for how this whole stamping business works. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my L. Okay, so now I'm going to look at my L. I doubt that you can see that. So I'm going to look at my L and try to make sure that I have it placed correctly. So I'm going to go ahead. What you're going to do is line your L up onto your blank, and you want to hold this as straight as possible, okay? So hold it with, whichever hand you feel most comfortable using the hammer with, hold it with the opposite hand, okay? So for me, that'll be my left hand. I'm gonna hold this as steady as I can with my left hand. This is not as easy as it sounds, y'all. Like my hand is like, ah, it's super wobbly, right? So just do the best that you can. All right. So I'm gonna hold it as straight as possible, and I'm gonna do the same thing with my hammer. I'm gonna hold my hammer as straight as possible. I don't want to hit it on the side. I want to hit it straight on. Okay. I'm going to give this about 4 whacks and see what we get. All right. All right, I got an L, y'all. I'll have to zoom in so you can see that, but I got an L. Now I will say, when I work on a wood table, not a plastic table with wood on top of it, after 4 whacks, my impression would be a little bit deeper. So if you are like, I need this to go deeper, then what you're gonna have to do is whack it some more. But be careful, because if you start and then you stop and then you go to start again, it is very possible that you won't be able to get it to line back up, and then you'll end up having a double letter, double indentation, which is not the worst thing ever, but it's a thing that can happen. Okay, so I actually hit it 4 more times, and it's a little bit better in terms of how I would like it. All right, so I'm coming in close, and you can see the L there. See that? Can you see it? The indentation that it made? All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do my next letter. I'm gonna go ahead and do all 4 of the letters. All right, so hopefully you can see the love indentation when I get up close to it. But that's what it looks like. We're not finished yet, but that's what it looks like. So let me show you how to go ahead and work on this pendant. So the first thing that we want to do, and this is completely optional, of course you can leave your stamping the way that it is, but a lot of people like to fill it in so that the letters they stand out more, they're more prominent. So the way that we do that is with a permanent marker. Okay, so I recommend when you first getting started to do it 1 letter at a time. But once you feel like you got the hang of it, then you can go ahead and do all of them if you want. But the way that it works is you're going to take the marker and you're going to just kind of fill in the letter as best you can, right? And then take a paper towel and immediately wipe away that marker. So as you can see, it is already filling it in and making it a little bit darker. So I'm gonna, again, I'll come in a little bit closer so that you can see what it looks like. All right, so once you get it all filled in, then you can actually remove it from your bench block and then check and see if you have any other areas that you want to, clean off the marker from. Oh, she's cute. Okay. So the next step in turning this into a pendant is to add one of our glue-on bails. So go ahead and grab your bails and grab your E6000 glue. Okay, so you have an assortment of bails to choose from. So you can, check out your coin and pick the one that you want to go with your coin. There's 2 different silver ones. It's hard to tell the difference on camera, so just take a look at them. There's 2 different silver ones, and then there's some gold ones in here. I'm going to choose the gold one for today. All right, so then you have your trusty tube of E6000 glue. This is what we're going to use to attach the bail to the penny. So all you're going to do is add a little bit of glue to the back of this bail and let it set for like 30 seconds or so. And then we will glue it onto the back of our penny. Make sure you have your penny oriented the way that you want it to be. All right? All right, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. All right, I got some glue there, so I'm just gonna put this glue on the back. You see it there? You actually don't even need that much. All right, so again, let that set for like 30 seconds. All right, right, y'all. So it's been, for me, it's with the magic of video editing, it has been 30 seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and attach my bill to the back of my coin. Literally, I'm just going to put it on like that. And you have, I mean, while it is still wet, right? If you need to straighten this up or anything, this would be the time. Okay, so we're just going to let that sit for a couple hours until it's dry enough for us to move it around. But I would encourage you to actually let it dry for 24 hours before you actually put it on the necklace to wear it. But y'all, I think she's cute already. And then, you know, finishing touch, use your polishing cloth to give it a little shine, or again, the magic eraser.